Hello, Dino Navy. Oh, wait, no, you can't see that one just yet. Hello, Dino Navy. My name is Siron, and welcome to today's video of the Storyteller Explained. I felt the need to... Wait, what? What's going on here? Oh. There we go. I felt the need to explain him because after Polymania, when he just kind of shows up and nothing is explained, I felt like that might feel weird to some people. And I don't think he will be explored too much. Basically, the Storyteller is the guy who's really influencing a lot of things, but not really. It's strange. It's a mix of his influence, but also your thoughts. Basically, you still have control over what you do, but he's like a really strong influence. It's really hard to explain, but he is the god above all the divine, above any of the other. There's no other gods that are mentioned in there other than divine and the Enivid. The Enivid obviously are Siron, Nori, and Rabdamov, which end up taking over the divine. So the divine are basically dead post Polymania, which is the 5th installment. Also, Atlas the Workshop is right out. Cool. You may notice it's significantly shorter than the other ones, and that's kind of a mix of my demotivationness and also lack of feeling to the need to include a lot of detail of, like, because you already know what happens. Alright, so I'm not going to go into more detail of the thing, and it's... Unless it's actually important... Wait, this is... Okay. Unless it's actually important to the story, I'm probably not going to include it. Which is probably why they end up only being 39 minutes long, 40 minutes. And then Atlas, the Workshop, is literally just 25. So yeah. The shortest of the bunch. Okay, the Storyteller... I mean, you can tell from these little, like... hands, I don't know, those are the things of a marionette, you know. Yeah, the like cross thing, and then the strings come down, controlling all these little puppet things. And originally I was gonna design the puppet things to resemble actual characters, because they're supposed to, but I was like, okay, well, maybe these are just random people. And basically he controls them, he says everything they're saying. Basically he says something with the puppets that represent you. One of the puppets, say this one represented you. You say something in the Cyboy DINO&CreepY universe. He's got a puppet, or a marionette, probably the right word, that represents you, and he said it first, basically. So he's saying what you're about to say before you actually do, and that's why he's influencing you. He's also the one who creates the gods and assigns them a universe, and that's actually what I'm gonna do for one of the future installments, is have another one make another immortal. He make another immortal. He make another immortal. Okay, Dino Navy, I'm sorry about that. I thought I had left it on internal audio and I wouldn't be able to recreate anything that happened there, but no, there's audio. Okay, you can hear me in the past 3 minutes. Okay. Whew. Okay, so he made another immortal in a, what's it called? In a future installment. Okay, so Atlas the Workshop is number 6, and also I just made a new playlist, so you can just go to that playlist, look at all those, so you can have them all in a safe, easy access thing. Also, I don't know why it tries to onion. It's called onion, where you can see like the previous frames. Like, yeah, it's called onion. Yeah, there we go. Onion skinning. Yeah. Okay. So basically, you can it looks so ugly like that. What can I? Okay, that looks good. We'll just have this. This is what, so to explain how the Storyteller makes an appearance in Polymania, this is how he first looks, and then eventually he just starts looking like this. which also, he'd be pretty massive, or he'd be, okay, so if you were to walk up to him, you'd be, like, right about the size of his eye, like, half the size of his eye. Actually, probably smaller than that, but, you know, okay, so wait, no, because if you go up to Divine Oculus, we all know that in the world of Sci-Fi DINO&CreepY lore, Divine Oculus is literally just the ruler, the measuring stick. You'd be right down here. Wait, how did I? Right down here. So, like, from the bottom there, all the way up to the top where it stops showing. That's how tall you'd be. Compared to... Or at least that's how tall, like, Cyron is. So that's, yeah. Pretty freaking big. So... yeah, you'd be like a quarter of the way up to his eye. Like this. You'd be pretty freaking tiny compared to him. He'd dwarf you. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the Polymania actual thing. Okay, where's some... okay, where does the storyteller make an appearance? I think he makes it in, like, after the Divine are dead. I mean, okay, the War of Divine Madness. Oh yeah, that's the name. That's not just the title. That's not just the title of the chapter. That's actually the name of the war that happened there. And basically at that point in I forgot what day. It's like June 28th, 2075, the Divine are done. And also, to clear things up with Atlas the Warcraft, when the timeline is erased, all the people do still exist, probably, but they don't have, it's not the same, like, they're all not the same, pretty much different. Atlas has no idea who he was before the timeline was erased. Okay, so... the compromise for space and heaven and hell, or yeah, basically the void space. Okay. Yeah, okay, so here it is. That appears to be a black and white spiraling water slide. That's the best you could describe it, because at this point they don't know who the storyteller is, but as you saw in that promotional picture, or no, that picture of the character, that's his official depiction. Oh yeah, he's like literally just a thing sprouting out of the whatever you'd consider the ground in the void space. His bottom, he wouldn't be like a snake, he'd be like a pillar almost. I don't know. Yeah, so it's spiraling water slide. Did either you make that? No, because obviously they're immortal now, they can do whatever the frick they want. And it's like, hey, did you do that? Like, nope. So and then the end of it came over to me. Who's me? What? And that's where it starts. It doesn't make any sense. The whole thing is that this is actually being told through the point of view of the storyteller, but because up until this point no one has interacted with the storyteller, then it wouldn't be saying me or I. Like, I gave a quick glance at them and went back to my puppets, you see? And that, it sounds weird, because it's like, wait, what the heck? I thought this was the third person. It's technically the first person, but I feel like if it does get messy, if it does get messy, I will switch the POV to actually third person, and there's like actual no separate entity. Also, fun thing, the 11 Labs voice, I think his name is Brian. The 11 Labs voice, Brian. Alright. That is the official canon voice of the storyteller, and I think that's actually pretty funny. Also, you notice, none of the, what the storyteller is saying is in quotes. So, yeah, okay, the end of it came over to me. Yeah. Hello, who are you? Asked Nori, looking up at me. I'm the storyteller, I said, looking down at them. Why, how are you saying what we say before we say it? And that's why, so they're saying, I just explained it, they say stuff before he said, yeah. Because he's puppeteering. I puppeteer your representations, and I know your deepest desires. I also, okay, yeah. So basically, he's more powerful than than the divine, or the Enovid, or any other of the immortal, because he created them. So obviously, he's not going to give them the same power as him. What if they turn their backs on him? Yes, I created the divine actually. So you know, because you can see, it's not in quotes. So I feel like that might have been a bit weird. And also, that's the thing. There's also another... Okay. I'll also explain some things with, Raptimov's parents. The way you can technically bring back a person when they're exterminated, but obviously they're not gonna be the same. They're gonna have different desires and personalities. You know, once they're exterminated with delirium, I think that's how it's pronounced. They're done. They're done for. So yeah. It's kinda puts a true death on it, because in this thing, I feel my impression of the afterlife in this thing, I've always felt like I've been kind of blurring the line between life and death. Like, it doesn't really matter if you die, because you always come back. But then I realized, oh no, it does actually matter if you die. But this is like, extermination is a true death. Also, I feel like I should have, it's too late to turn back now, but I feel like I should have changed it to termination. If you're terminated, I feel like that would make a lot more sense. Anyway, so the thing about, yeah, so Cyron's mom, or not Cyron, Raptimov's mom, would be Celestia Rexon. Right here, you can see it in the title of the thing. And okay, she talks about when we were abducted. Wait, where is it? Where's the line? What happened today? When we were abducted, and we're like, wait, abducted? How? What? So basically, there was a group of people. It's kind of like an alien invasion, except they're not aliens. Like, they speak the same language. Basically, they like, a group of people came to Borealis on that side where all the Wakens and the Paralis were, basically adopted a bunch of them, alright, and then just did random stuff. They could be sent to another universe, sent to the Devoid Space, which is what happened to Celestia, or sent nowhere in the form of being exterminated. And that's what happened to Lucidus. Which also, just to clear some things up, Lucidus is not based off of the name Lucifer, basically the devil, or Satan. That is not, no, alright, we're not doing that. Lucidus is based off of lucid dreaming. Lucid dream, alright? Just to clear some things up, I don't know what, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, he said they wouldn't be the same. Yeah. He made this safe haven for me. Safe haven. Okay, yeah. That was obviously a reference to Poppy Playtime, but also kinda. So she's been there the whole time. I think he was a teenager when it happened. Raptimov was a teenager when that, yeah, so he's basically been living on his own. Yeah. And with that, story time is over for now. And post Polymania, any installments after Polymania, they're still canonical, obviously, but they're what I call the spin-offs. The main five, the first five, from Planet 76... Oh, whoa. Okay. Planet 7675Y, Dixit in the Docks, the Amalgamai Games, Avis Haven, and Polymania. Those are the five. Those are the core five that follow the story of the defeating of the Divine. Alright. But, obviously, we have Atlas the Works Rough. What's that? Those are that will be part of the many. I don't know how many. When will I decide they're done? Probably, I don't know, until I, like, truly lose motivation. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Then I'll probably make one more to, like, wrap up the entire thing. Because incognito hazard, which is the next thing, that, I don't know. I don't think it will have any ties to the original 5, but it still canonically takes place in their thing. So yeah, those are part of the spin-offs. The thing about Atlas the Works Rough is that it obviously does tie in, because we know Atlas makes an appearance in both Avis Haven and Polymania because he's trying to keep the timeline thing, and eventually erases his own timeline and basically, where is it? What is it? Filthy Avis! This demon. No! Okay, wait, where's... Oh yeah, you get to see him. I don't know why the 11 Labs voice thing thought it was, I guess, a different language, because he starts speaking with some sort of accent I don't even recognize. It's like Volmid Pie, or something. I don't know. No, if you you can take a moment here. You can reverse those. Each sentence starts a new thing. So the moment there's a punctuation, like this exclamation mark, that's the done thing with freaking so I don't know how to explain it. Just reverse it. You can see what he's actually saying. Now that you have access to it. Where's Informata Terra? That actually, I know I use a lot of Latin in all this. Informata Terra should translate to diseased land or whatever. I don't know. Same thing with Avis. That should translate. Avis Popula should translate to bird people, which is kind of weird now that I think about it. That's why we just call them Avises. What? Okay, I went way past it. Where's... here it is. The wolf. Also, the thing is, I think I've explained this before in like a lore drop alert video. Earth is more popular than Nexus, which is where Atlas the Works Rough mostly takes place. But the thing is, you see, so everybody thinks he's a wolf, but he's actually a Works Rough, which is they can kind of morph, but they usually try to stay more of the canine-esque appearance, but they technically can change, like, to where they don't even look like a dog or a wolf anymore. That's why the wolves here on Earth, they look, that's what their closest comparison is. I don't know if there's anything else. How long is this video? Yeah. I have a bunch of... Also, every time you see... Oh, he bolted on 1,000 Blix. Blix is a currency used on the freaking Euclidia. Also, if we go here... Also, look, incognito hazard. I haven't even started. I don't know when I'm gonna start. Oh yeah, these are the other universes. I know it looks weird at a glance, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So basically, there's the real life, so like, you watching this video right now, there's the canon universe and the Theft King. I'll explain a little bit, in the future episode, okay, whatever. Where's... What was I looking for, actually? I was looking for Avis Haven? Wait, no. What was I looking... Was I... Oh my gosh, wait, what the heck? I'm actually dumb now. I'm stupid. I don't know... Oh, yeah. Oh, wait! I haven't done... Okay, wait, that means we need to add this. Writing of lore! On camera! Ah! Okay, Works Roughs on Nexus. There we go. Okay. Black goopy mess. Also, I know I say hard, rock hard layer of skin. It's the exact same color of, like, you wouldn't notice. It'd be like the person gets like a whole inch thicker. Like a whole inch bigger. Yeah, you would barely notice it, especially if it's only for if it's only for Euclideans. Other people can get it, but it wouldn't make it does look weird if other people get it. And these are all the Amalgamite Games choices. Okay, I don't know. Oh yeah. So this is what was written on the thing in Polymania, the little like stone tablets. Originally I was gonna have it like reversed. You can see there at the bottom. So it's like deciphered. You gotta decipher it. And then there's inside the oh yeah. Also made ones for heaven and hell, but I don't think hell would do anything like that. Yeah, these are all the choices for the Amalgamite Games. This is the order of the games. Okay, well, I forgot what I was looking for. Oh, if there anything else I need to explain that didn't make too much sense. I feel like Incognito Hazard, which is obviously, as you can see here, that's the official next one that I'm going to be doing. I feel like that one would probably be very confusing. It's a fever dream. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a fever dream. Okay, that's going on to, okay. This is where it all started. This is literally where it all started. Also, I kind of made it my goal to not... why does he keep teleporting me to the top? Okay. To not include so many references to, like, I know that. It was like, it would mention something of pop culture. Like, oh my gosh, it's like Star Wars. You mean that thing that humans made back in 1980? It's like, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop. That's pretty cringy. It's still, all these, I still cringe when I listen to the 11 Labs thing read it off. Not just because it's butchering all the names and stuff, but also because I'm just like, wow, I have bad storytelling. Yeah. Okay, no. Obviously not yeah. I feel like I don't want to leave you in the dark with Incognito Hazard, but I feel like, I don't know. Also, I just retconned freaking Willow. Okay, you can see here what I mean by they morph. So this is Norbit. This is the black Wolf Works Rough character in Alice the Works Rough, who barely makes an appearance, bro. Actually, he's kind of okay. And this is them when they like stand up, and they like, so when he got on his hind legs, he like kind of morphed, but they didn't really see that because it all happened so fast. And you can see down here, wait, that Temperatrix looks different. Why does it look different from the original Atlas picture that I had? Well, this is where redesigns are gonna come in. So, if we go all the way to here, you can see, wait, but this is supposed to be where he appears in Avis Haven. But, so this is, how is that? Yeah, this is a redesign. Anytime you see this, like, X in the corner, and then a check in the corner, the new thing is the redesign. Wait, what the heck? Why is it red? Black? Okay. This is a redesign. And since there's nothing to describe that describes the Temperatrix, because they barely noticed it, they say small device. That's very generic type sounding. So I was like, okay, this is one of the previous versions. I'd say this is version 2.21.81 or whatever it was. Alright. This doesn't make any sense, how he could appear in Avis Haven with that. So that's why there's a redesign. And also, I did a redesign of Willow, because I thought she looked pretty freaking stupid. What? Okay. Yeah, this is so much freaking better than this. Let's be honest. Like, Willow got a glow up. Can you just see that? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah, the My People Flora are not the best designed characters. I did feel like the lack of something, I don't know. Lack of creative thing, I don't know. Ooh, look at this. This is the robot endoskeleton type beat that's underneath all of that, and it releases the gas. I forgot. Oh, okay, the head controls the gas releases, but I'm pretty sure it comes out of the... It comes out the back. I don't know why that caught me off guard. Yeah, so basically it would look like the gas is coming out of the quills right there on the back. You can see there. You can barely see it, dude. This design is kind of weird. Once again, the term crypt is referring to the ghastly apparent, like, look at this. Look at this catnap looking off face, dude. You're not gonna tell me that's... Okay, it does kind of look like catnap, but not really. It's still its own thing. And then Sentinel is referring to the robot here. I don't know why this frame doesn't have... Yeah, okay. I feel like clickers also kind of did not look how I pictured them. But this is the best I could do. It's kind of okay. It's kind of okay. What else would, not make sense from... Okay, wait, the fate. I feel like the fate of Zenith... Zenith did get exterminated, sorry. We're not... Okay, terminated would be something else. Also, yeah, with each supernatural entity, I'm going to make, a name. So, Night Mist, obviously, engulfed. Dox, consumed. Also, fun fact, the female version of a Dox is called a Doxette. So Dox would be consumed. The Amalgamai, that would be absorbed. Sentinel would be assimilated, because what happens is your soul actually goes into the machine, and that's why it burns, that's why it beams so freaking bright, is because all the people who have been assimilated. Yeah. I don't know if I made that clear. There's also, Polymania. I guess, infected? I mean, what else? I don't think I had a cool, adjective or whatever, term for the death that would be. So I guess, what is it called to force someone to go insane? Because that could be, if that's a term, then that could be it. Anyway, and then Atlas the works, so if there's no certain supernatural entity. Incognito hazard. I don't know. Mira Mayhem, reflected, and Five Nights Freddy Secret of Mimic would probably be mimicked, maybe, and then I don't know. Who knows? Or actually, it could probably be like forgotten. Incognito hazard would probably be forgotten. No, that wouldn't make any sense though. Yeah, okay. Well, there's not a whole lot. I think it's oh yeah, this is Ava. I feel like I didn't make it very clear that Ava was not human, or was not sentient. She's just the advanced virtual assistant. You can see it down there. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about. This is the video I was like, okay, things that go unexplained I need to get it out right here in this video. I was like, now I'm just left blind, or like left blank. How long is the video? We can still go for longer. What have I not made clear? Siron gotta glow up. Siron. You're looking at this and you're like, It's like an airhead. You know, in the commercials where their head just blows up. It's like, That's so bad. That's so bad. He goes, hey guys. Okay, I gotta stop. No. Okay, I can't do that. I can't do that. Hello, Draco. You're barely used. Also, I feel like in my brain, I've always had the feeling, oh my gosh, wait, Siron just abandoned DP1 in the gang, which would be Snaky, Creepy, and DP1 and DP2. Which actually, DP1 and DP2 would have only made appearance like barely. They wouldn't actually be much. But then also Snaky and Creepy. Oh no, you left them. What the heck? Okay. But no, then I realized, oh wait, no, they think Siron's dead. So if Siron were to, and also that's the thing, I'm gonna make one where Siron does make an announcement to basically, in the minds of everything, that's like, the divine are defeated, rejoice, or something, I don't know. Also, just look at how stupid this looks. Blood has been mewing like one too many times. Blood mewed one too many times. What is that? I think it's just because his shape as a heart, and then which Cardius is the weakest of the bunch, and then Neuros is like the strongest or whatever, or they're equal. I don't know. This is so, it's like the generic scary version with two tongues and razor sharp teeth and got a wide open smile mouth, and they're like, rah. This is so bad. Also, I realized I think Chromos got the worst of it. So is he tired? What the heck? What is wrong with Draco? Is he tired? He's sleepy. Wow, he got that boom. I really am thinking, is there anything? I guess not. Well, I think that's gonna be the end of today's video. And I'll see you later, Dino Navy.